Okay, here we go. Oof, damn, man. Almost. God damn, man. I really need to give myself a alarm or something. Like, sorry guys, I started the stream, 8 minutes late because I was like playing this game, State of Decay 2, and this game is really addictive, like for real. it's it's really addictive, man. Once you get to play this game, I'm about to see what else I could do. Yeah, I need to put this stuff away. But yeah, man, if you guys ever played this game, y'all should know it's really addictive, man. Like it's a really cool, awesome game. And right now I'm trying to put this stuff away. Actually, put in 4 more meds because I was about to run out. So let me put this on here. Actually, no. Do I got some? Oh no. Let me put this away. I don't know if y'all could. Well, it's kind of low for y'all to hear it. All right. Okay, now that she's empty,
of course I'll go with you.
I'll have him empty up his stuff. Actually, the car needs some fuel, so I'm gonna let him have that. Cool. All right, man. I just need to get the stuff out of the trunk of the truck, and I'll turn this joint off. There we go. Just need another minute. Okay. Cool. Put away all these guns. Is that it? Okay. I actually need some rest.
I'm listening.
Dismiss him. And oh wait a minute. There we go. All right. now I got y'all's full attention. But other than that, man, what's up, guys? How y'all been doing today? Yeah, man, today's been crazy, man. Because I literally, like this morning, I was like walking with my mother's friends. It was walking up the trail, and it was like a round trip because I walked to destination. Actually, I'll call it a hospital. Yeah, I walked from the how you call it? I think it's like a community center. Like, yeah, I'll say community center. I walked from the community center to like a hospital, which is like 3.5 miles. It's a pretty long walk, man. And I have been walking like that ever since I had a car. So it was pretty challenging, but I toughened up, and then we have to walk back to the community center because that's where the cars are at. So that's like pretty much a 6 to 7 mile walk. And for the people that are, not, not really, how you say it, don't really understand or come from how athletics work, because for a normal person that works out, 6 or 7 miles is nothing. So you can just really do that, in your own sleep. But for a person that hasn't been working out in a while, that's pretty challenging. So, but I toughened up, man. I got it done. So, and right now I'm just chilling. I was played the game like I was telling y'all, State of Decay 2, and right now I'm live streaming. I mean, well, Google Hangout, but still somewhat live stream. But yeah, man, it's crazy day, man. Kind of boring, but it was challenging. I kind of enjoy myself. Her friends was pretty cool. You know, I don't know what they're gonna learn from me, but I do learn a lot from them, and they can walk their asses off, like for real. They can really walk their asses off, man. And that's what I really need to do, man. Like I really need to get myself in shape, man, because I'm like what 6'2", 300 and was it 310, 20 pounds, give or take. And I really need to get back in shape, man. I really do. I was a high school athlete, and I definitely let myself go, man. I used to play football, basketball, and baseball. Ever since I was a kid, and it was a pretty fun time, man. But later on, I just been lazy and all of that. So, like I said, I really need to get back in shape, man. So, back to the real topic of this hangout, and the hangout, which is called "Sex is a Privilege, Not a Right." And let me check a little some. Pretty fun time, man. But later on, I just been lazy, all of that. So, like I said, let me take that out. But yeah, sex is a privilege, not a right. Just gotta check some right here. Make sure everything's working correctly. All right. So I'm talking about, and this topic I'm talking about this is because it's been wandering around my mind into why people think that it's a privilege to have sex, but it's not a right. And this comes from a conversation that I had with the person before, and they tell me, and of course, it's a woman, and she tells me that dudes always be want to have sex and all that, and they thinking that they deserve it. But I asked her, like, why do you? Well, really, my thing is, why do you always have dudes in your circle that is basically simps or quote unquote nice guys and try to do whatever they got to do to get the cookies. That's why I ask her, because I always notice that she's always has a lot of dudes that she shouldn't even be having around in the first place. So that's my thing on why am I talking about this. And I kind of have a feeling why she has that, and she does have a personality that she's not always friendly with the girls, because she always have problems with girls. Like, she be saying that they be always jealous and all that because they have a lot of guy friends. That's what she be saying. And my thing with girls that always have guy friends and don't have a lot of girlfriends per se, and not like lesbian type stuff, just like just regular friends that are girls. Gotta get myself together. Like, for those women, they just, I don't know, man. They could be like tomboyish type of girls, and things would be all right. If you like, and they live in the countryside, you always see them with guys, and if they and they and if they can have some friends that are girls, but they mostly prefer guys, because with guys they're easy to be friends with. There's not a lot of I won't say animosity, but there's not a lot of how how girls be always gossiping about other people, and even friends in their circles, they be gossiping about each other around their backs. There's not a lot of that with with guys. They tell you up front of what it is, and you just gotta take it for what it is, man. Unless he's lying his ass off, then it's a different story. What does that got to do with with the topic? Sex is a privilege, not a right. it got something to do with it because, of course, men and women, they're both very different, species. They're very, they're very different, of course, physically, but, mentally as well. And that's something that people don't really understand. And I even got an article, in front of me that would, prove that point. But actually, a matter of fact, hold on that part, because actually I got a article right in front of me that this person, asked on what how you say it, Quora. Any people that don't Quora, the website, you ask anonymous questions and the people anonymously answer it for you, or you don't have to do it, be anonymous about it. You can just show your face or whatever. But this person, excuse me, asked the question: if sexual relations are a privilege, not a right, then why do poor people feel as if they have a right to have sex? At first, I kind of don't really understand, this question, really the premise of the question. But this person, Tisa Norris, and I'll actually put the link in. I'll actually put that link in the chat room so you guys see what I'm talking about. There we go. All right, and let me go back to it. All right, there we go. Yeah, me and her don't really understand the question right away, but she did put out this response. She's saying people have the right to have sex with their partner's consent to have sex with them. End of story. But she's right about that. Do you think of an attractive or not is irrelevant. The question is whether the people involved are attracted to each other. Frankly, the elitist assumptions, if I'm saying it right, included in the question details saying a lot more about the author than they do about the people under discussion. People under discussion. When people have no money or when people have no money and face limited opportunities, sometimes sex is one of the few things they have left that they can do. So many of them do. And what does she mean by that? When people have no money and face limited opportunities, sometimes sex is one of those few things they can at least do or whatever. Like if you think about it, like for poor people, if you don't really have anything, but if you're a guy, you got the penis, the one with the pussy, the breast, ass, or whatever. At least if you guys don't have anything, at least y'all can have sex, which is a horrible idea, man. Especially if you're like living with that person when you got no money, you going to a BS job and working at Walmart or something. Even though I've been hearing a lot of word that McDonald's is going to be raising, or at least trying to be raising their wages. Same thing with Target, Walmart, all those other places. But even before that even happens, they be working, like a $7.25, $8 an hour jobs. And they're not really, doing anything with their lives. Ain't got those people, regardless of the same sex or not, living together. And people don't understand, chemistry and all that exists for a reason. And I'll explain in a second. Yeah, what is going on? Okay. All right. I'll explain why. Because when you're with a person and, you feel for them and, if you spend enough time with that person, even if you hated them, there's going to be some kind of connection with that person because you're always with them all the time. You've seen their flaws. You see their, the pros and cons about, how they are as a person. And sooner or later, if, you got yourself in a situation where you really like that person, something's going to happen. And you can definitely quote on that, man. Something's going to happen. Like, there's nothing, there's like, you can't, fake that, man. You really can't. And if you're like really a responsible person, you would like, hold up. Like if I was in that situation, and I realizing that I'm feeling that we're really, I couldn't really see myself in that situation because I'm not really that not, irresponsible enough. I mean, not unresponsible enough. I don't know if I'm unresponsible is the right word, but I'm not the type of person that would be in that situation. But from that kind of standpoint, I could see why, really a lot of poor people that don't really have anything, especially in the damn summer, man. I don't know what is it with summer that makes people have sex a lot, but especially when them like in the South or in the Midwest type of places, them people, oh man, those people be popping out babies like it's nothing, man, popping them like it's Skittles. So it's really dangerous to be in that type of situation, and then people start having sex even though they don't have money, they ain't got no type of resources. Yeah, they might have a house, but it's not the type of environment that you want your really anybody to be living in, but you got no choice. It's either that or being a homeless shelter or in the streets, and things of that nature. So it's really important to be responsible what you do and what you do in your surroundings. Yeah, I know I'm all it seems like I'm all over the place, but it definitely like is relatable to what I'm talking about in this topic. And the crazy thing is people really believe that they deserve whatever they got right off the back, even though they haven't really worked for anything. Like if you don't really work hard even at your job or even as simple as a relationship. I shouldn't even say simple as a relationship because relationships are pretty as it's really is as hard as a job if you don't know what you're doing. Like it is really hard if you don't know what you're doing. So you just got, like I said again, you gotta be careful, man, and you gotta be really smart because you do not keep stuttering. You really do not want to be in a situation where you got to be like, damn, I'm losing my train of thought. Like you do not want to be in a situation where you have to do the unthinkable. Like let's say, for example, like if you don't have any money, you have a wife and kids, and they're running out of food and water. You don't have any clothes. Like you don't have any of that. Like the first thing in your mind is of course steal some stuff or whatever and risk your freedom for that stuff, or go to the other route and try to work hard at your job or whatever. So there's a lot of things that you can do that you do not want to be in those type of situations where you have to do the unthinkable, like I said, to fit those needs for your family. And that's the same thing with sex, man. You have to be very responsible what you do with your dick or pussy. Like you do not want to be screwing around random people like it's nothing just because you feel a little hot and bothered. Whenever you see like a movie with a naked woman or a guy, they're starting to look good, and then all of a sudden you start feeling a little something downstairs. You're not thinking with the right head and you start messing around with people that you shouldn't be messing around in the first place, and then next thing that happens, there's going to be some child support happening, and they're going to be facing jail time. You don't do anything about it. This is a lot of mess that you really don't want to be in. And that's what I'm saying about this topic. Sex is a privilege, not a right, is really important. But in my opinion, this really come from a woman's standpoint, because I can see women saying stuff like this, sex is a privilege, not a right. And I definitely, of course, agree that, whenever two parties, agree to do something, then, it's all right to do whatever. So it's kind of the same thing with, driving. Driving is a privilege, not a right. Especially if you're like irresponsible driver, then you should not, you don't deserve to be driving any type of vehicle. That same thing with sex. If you're not irresponsible with whatever you stick your your pussy in, like if you're not responsible with whatever you do with your dick or your pussy, like if you receive whatever dick that comes in your way or receive whatever pussy that's thrown in your face, you don't really check if that person have any STDs or not, then you just in the world of trouble. Trust me. It's in the world of trouble. That's why I'm trying to tell people that you really need to be responsible. I'm gonna keep saying responsible over and over again, and try to be, more intelligent. You gotta do more research on things and people, things that you want to do in life, and things you want to, also people that you want to be with. But there's a lot of intellectual lazy people, or not, I said that backwards, lazy intellectuals that they say and feel that they're smart, but their actions is speaking otherwise, and it's pretty sad, man. It really is. But that's how it is, man. People just like, they do feel like they deserve something, but like I said again, they don't really work hard at it. They want something easy for them. And I'm telling them people right now that nothing is really easy for them. Because if it's really easy, then that's most of the time a setup, or your life is not going to be the way it's going to be or how you feel it's going to be. Because everything comes with, hard work and, intelligence. Without intelligence, man, the world is, ceased to exist, man. Like, let's say, if everybody, in the whole world has this type of mentality that children are headaches, and you gotta put down all your dreams to take care of this person. Which, as babies, of course they cry, they poop and pee, all over themselves, and they don't really. They don't really talk back. They don't really understand things, because, of course, they just come out of womb. So, of course, they don't really understand the world right off the back. But, again, there's still people that feel like, children are not for me, which, that's fine and all. You don't have to have kids, but the fact that I have to say, you don't have to have kids, which, you don't. More and more people are starting to take advantage of that, and we're starting to have a lot more and more people believing that children are a bunch of problem makers. Like, look at Japan, man. Like, there's some studies that their people are starting to go on a decline, because more and more people are not having kids, And and since because there's no reproductions going going as fast as should, there's actually more people dying than more babies, being born each day. So you got to look at that aspect. And I don't know what number exactly is it, but I'm gonna look that up real quick. Yeah, let me look it up. Let's see. Price babies. Hmm. So yeah, seeing Japan's population from 1920 to 2010 with population projections out to 2060. Yeah, man, there's a lot. It's crazy, man. They're definitely going down to the point where there's going to be more and more people start to have a decline on population. Like more and more people are, I mean, especially old people are dying and not producing any more children. I mean, people in general are not producing children, not just old people. That's my bad. But yeah, let me see. It's saying the number of Japanese people with age 65 years or older nearly quadrupled in the last 40 years to 33 million in 2014, accounting for 26% of Japan's population. So, in the same period, the number of children aged 14 and younger decreased from 24.3% of the population in 1975 to 12.8% in 2014. So, sheesh, 24.3. Yeah, that's a lot, man. It went from 24 to 12. That in the last, 40 years. That's a lot of people that's, on decline. So, but yeah, man, that's what happens when and plus Japan, it's a very like people work a lot in Japan, man. Like you don't really have, those type of breaks like that. Especially in the car manufacturing industry because they have to develop, cars all over the world. Like over like tens to like hundreds of millions of cars every year. So it's hold on. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you was upstairs down. Carmen gone?
Yeah, she's at work.
Oh, okay.
My bad, y'all. That was my mother. But yeah, what was I saying? But yeah, man, they definitely need a lot of people to work, and they really need breaks. Yo, I cannot talk today. They could barely have these people don't barely have any breaks, man. So they need a lot of people working all the time to produce a lot of cars, man. And Japan, they do produce a lot of nice cars, man. They a lot more reliable, especially the Lexus. I'm actually thinking about getting one. So I mean, I would say in America, but they're too expensive, man. Especially the Fords and the GMs and all that. And plus, they're kind of unreliable, man. It's crazy. Like cars that are so expensive, they rarely are unreliable, man. Like it's ridiculous. And why are they so expensive anyway? Even though the car is literally most of the time made out of plastic, like 90% of it, and the 10% is the engine and the wheels and the axles and pretty much it. Everything else is like basically made out of plastic, man. So it's crazy how the cars over the years change. So let me get out of that. But yeah, man, there's been a lot of articles saying Japan is having a population crisis because of people over there not having as much children as they should have. So it's best to not follow what Japan is doing because I understand why Japan. I mean, the people over there they want to have fun and all that, and they feel like babies, babies, children are holding off to what they really want to do in life. But the thing is, yeah, you want to get your fun out of the way, but you got to think of this though. If y'all keep this up, then the population is coming to cease to exist, man. And I know a lot of people in Japan is, I know there's got to be at least a couple of people in Japan talking about this. But I mean, of course, you know, I'm sure Japan's government don't want y'all to know about this, but it's whatever. And oh dang, they're saying people in Japan who never married by the age of 50 is over 16%. God damn. 16%. I mean, of course black people is it's a lot higher when it comes to women. Actually, what's the number for that? Because I heard it's like 60 or 70% of black women not probably never gonna get married. Let's see. Hold on. How many black women are not married? Okay. Why marriage can be bad for black women? Oh wait, marriage isn't bad. Yeah, I'm messing up. Marriage isn't bad. Oh, okay, I was right. Marriage isn't for black women. What the heck? And of course, it's from a black woman. Come on, man. A black woman saying black women is not good for marriage. Like, come on, man. Yo, look. I mean, I gotta say this though. Marriage is not, a bad thing. Unless we get rid of all these dumb laws, like the no clause, and the freaking you know all of that. I've got the other law list, but definitely the no clause. We do definitely get rid of that, man, because that's what's messing up a lot of men in this day and age. We definitely need to get rid of that. And you know what's crazy though? Like I talked to this woman, which is she's my close friend, but we haven't talked in a while. And she actually told me that sex is overrated. And I'm asking her like, how is I understand where she's coming from because sex is not I mean sex is amazing thing, but I really want to say overrated. I mean, kind of is when it comes to you're not really a man if you don't have sex. That type of over overreaction thing that especially when it comes to men trying to be. I don't know. I actually don't know where. I don't know how. I think it actually started with the the older heads, and they had a belief that if you're not having sex, with a woman, especially raw, then you're not actually a man. And I think that started in the '90s, 80s and '90s, and later on the 2000s and right now, infection starts to pop up, and that's when people, society's like you should never have sex, without a condom, which is, of course, you should always wear condoms unless that person is responsible and with their bodies, then go raw as you go. Unless you, if you're really comfortable with that person and that person shows you that they are, what they are, and they not, fake about it, you know. And plus, to me, I'm not a fan with condoms, but I still do it, if I, is messing with someone that I'm like comfortable with. But if I'm like really comfortable with them, like they moving in with me and all that, we raw and all the way, man. We going raw all day. Oh man. But yeah, never fan with condoms, but it is what it is. Oh snap! I've got to finish the oh my gosh. Yeah, sorry guys, gotta do some real quick. Come on. I swear, man, I need to lock up my door or something, man. Keep walking in like it's nothing. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even finish this article. All right. This is I'm about to read the last paragraph of the woman Tessa, the one I told you about. See, and the idea that you think you have the right to declare forced celibacy for other people is just straight up disturbing. I don't get a vote on whether you are allowed to have sex other than to say that it won't be with me, in parentheses, of course. And I'm at a loss to understand why you don't think you have the right to decide that for others. Hmm. I mean, I gotta say, I can kind of understand what she's coming from. Like if a parent, tells their children, you have to stay, celibate until you're married. Like if the parent is very religious, they'll tell you that, about celibacy. And I think that's what she's talking about. These parents forcing, the ideology that you have to wait until marriage. And I'm like at this point in age, like you can do that, but most of the time people are not going to do that, man, because people got needs, and I understand that. It's, but I mean, people that don't believe waiting for sex, damn, what? Okay, for people that don't believe that you have to wait until marriage to have sex, you know, you just gotta be responsible. Responsible, just wrap it up, do what you got to do, and that's that. Because these some really nasty people out here. Yeah, what's going on? Oh, that's my phone. But yeah, man, you just gotta be careful, man. There's some nasty people out there, man. Like they're having sex with animals and shit. Then later on, at the end of the day, have sex with you unprotected. So you always gotta be careful, man. You have to. You have to, man. Like, and I know for people that are like, man, the condoms is for suckers. Like I literally hear people saying that condoms are for suckers. I see them on the comment section, people talking about it, and it sounds like something from way back in the day. So I don't know why people still believe that condoms are for suckers. Like, I understand that you don't have the full feeling with condoms, and I understand that part. But would you rather raw dogging with someone and have a good chance of catching some, or just wrap it up and be 99.9% protected? I'll wait. Nope. All right. Then that settles. But yeah, man, the website is pretty good, if you want to ask a question anonymously, and people will really, ask answer. Oh my gosh, hold on, guys. She didn't. Excuse me. She didn't close my door. All right, be right back. So, hold on. We'll be right back. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Whew. All right. All right. And again, if you want to, jump in on, the hangout. Oh, shoot. My bad. I didn't send out the link. Let's see. Okay. There you go. There's a link. If you want to jump on, the hangout, just let me know. Just click the link. Let you jump on. But yeah, man, sex. I mean, yeah, I had sex, at least for a couple of women. Not a lot, but I can count with one hand. And I'm gonna tell y'all, there's some good sex and there's some bad sex. Like there's a woman that, like, literally the first woman I've had sex with. Yeah, her, shit was pretty good. But it wasn't like, I busted in like 5 minutes. It wasn't, as good as that. It was pretty good, man. She was, also the first person I, had sex raw. She was pretty clean, of course. She was a clean person. She got no disease and none. I got myself checked and I didn't get anything. So we we had sex for a couple of times, and her head game was good as well. So I mean, but that still wasn't make me bust pretty fast, but it was still pretty good, man. So, and of course it was consensual, so like I ain't force her to do none of that shit. And every time she would uh let me know and like really tell me that she wanted the bone. So I was like, all right, fuck it. But yeah, we haven't talked to her in years, so it is what it is, man. The second one, yeah, the second one, she was, ugh. Yeah, man. I didn't really have sex with her yet, but her head game was bruh. I was like squirming like a motherfucking fish, man. Like she, that tongue game, though, man, it was ridiculous. Like I was a hard time, holding myself together and shit. Like I was holding the damn, like I was like sitting in the back of her car, and it was a very small car, man. I forgot how small it was. It was like a size of a goddamn Mini Coupe. Like it was that small, man, like a Chevy Cavalier. It was pretty small, man, but her hair game was her head game was amazing, man. It was like wow. It was amazing, man. But the bad thing is she's pretty nasty, man. Like I was at her place and it was disgusting, man. Like her whole room was messed. Her whole room was messy, like shit all over the place. And she got fucking stains all over the bed sheets and shit. I was like, ugh. That definitely made my dick go down, man. Like it was disgusting. But yeah, man. After that, I was like, nah, man. Let me cut her off, and that's exactly what I did. And the third one, I forgot the third one. Jeez, I don't know much about the third one because she's the one that was horrible. Like she was pretty horrible, man. Like she can't do nothing right. She looked good, but she do nothing right. But then later on, that's when that's where I met my the girl. That's why I met the girl, which I'm with, right now to this day, years later. And we've been, together ever since, man. So there's a lot of trials and tribulations when it comes to, meeting a person that you wanted to meet or they've met you and you have to keep that shit, intact, especially if you, really love that person. Because if it don't work out right, man, then I mean, unless it's like for the right reasons, like if you done everything that you can to make this relationship work, and even though both of y'all try and you do a lot of things and it still didn't work out, then yeah, I understand. It's best to break it off, try to save as much heartache. I mean, try not to get as much heartache as you can from that situation. I understand that point, but if you just slanging and danging and freaking do whatever you want to do with your dick and shit, like and pussy, of course, doing whatever, you're not treating your girl right and just forcing upon sex all the damn time, like you'll be getting her wondering like if this relationship is really just for the sex. Like she'll be getting that type of mind. She'll be thinking about that type of stuff. Like in the worst I'm thinking like the worst example right now. Like I mean rape is, how you say it? Rape is something that could occur, man, if you really, forced it. Like you telling her like you want some head, and she's like no, and you like literally grab her head and like shove her head down your dick. Like I understand that. I just don't like the BS. The hell? Oh, she just sneezed. My bad. mom to sneeze, I could literally hear everything. Like I'm in the basement, and my mother and some other person, I forgot who. They're upstairs, and I can literally hear everything that they say. I can literally hear everything that they say and do. So it's pretty annoying. Unless I'm in my room, but it's pretty crowded where I can't really do much in there. So that's why I'm in the basement. And plus, I'm sitting on these recline, movie type of chair, and it's pretty comfortable, man. Like I'm gonna show y'all soon, because it's really comfortable, man. It's like really comfortable, man. But I'll show y'all, later on soon. I don't know how, I don't know where exactly she got it, but it's pretty comfortable. Excuse me. Uh, yeah, let's see. Oh, that's just checking my Hangout, make sure everything is good. Yeah, definitely turn that off. But yeah, man, it's. But yeah, man, like I said, sex is, sex is not everything, but everything is about sex. And I got it. I forgot who said that exactly, but it's pretty true, man. Because even though sex is somewhat a necessary, you don't really need to have sex, but to help this human race keep going, you do need to have sex, or just as a man, ejaculate, and put your your sperm in a sperm bank or whatever. You can do that type of stuff or whatever. You can try that route, but without, because I mean, without the sperm and the eggs, the world will cease to exist, man. It will. And if you don't like that reality, then so be it. That's the truth. And people, and also, I feel like people really take advantage of sex. Like they feel like sex is everything, and without sex, life is just horrible. And I'm telling you, like that is completely false. And I feel like people that be telling people or younger people, like teenagers or kids, that sex is really amazing, but if you don't have sex, then really missing out on something, which is I'm saying the guy's standpoint is like, I know for girls, they either can wait for a long time, or they be rushing like a mug faster than dudes, man. Because I've seen and been with women that they can't wait not even a few hours for sex. Like they need it every. It's almost like they need it every second, every day, every hour, every minute. It's like it's crazy, man. If they couldn't have sex, they'd be going withdrawals like the on crack or some shit. Like like they really need sex, man. Sex is everything to them. And that's why I do not that's where people struggle with sex addiction and all that. That's where the most worst type of example of how people feel about sex. So it's ridiculous, but that's reality. And the thing with the consent of sex, like you be with someone doing anything with that person with or without consent and all that. All I gotta say is this: getting a lot of notifications. Yeah, keep losing my train of thought, man. Jeez Louise. And I know I'm getting sidetracked with what I'm about to say. Really got a question though. Do y'all like me just, rambling what's on my mind? Because I mean, if y'all do, then that's great. Because there's people out there that's making a lot of money, like making millions, just by expressing what's going on in their head or how they feel about things and what's going on in the world. And they make a lot of money, man. So that's why I'm trying to be, man, just a person that expresses their opinions about something. Not only get paid for it, but to talk to people that understands my viewpoints and want to see me go into a better place in my life, and also want to support what I want to do with my life. And that's what I'm trying to do with with YouTube right now. And also another thing is I want to become a an online gamer. Like I'll be on Twitch and I'm starting gaming and all that. That's what I really want to do. Just to be because I love gaming. I've been loving it all my life. I just haven't been playing it consistently like I was when I was a kid. And I feel like at that time my brain was really stimulate with information. Like I could figure things out a lot faster than I feel like who I am right now. I'm trying to get that stimulation back because I feel like I can do that. I can. I've been getting that, but not from just gaming. I've been reading a lot of articles and still working on my my speech and all that because I did try. Actually, I attended a speech therapy and a class in college, and it was a pretty good experience, man. And it did help me a little bit with YouTube. So even though I do stutter, stuttering and mumble, I don't think I mumble in my videos. If I really do mumble in my videos, let me know in the comment section. Because I feel like I don't mumble. I just stutter in weird moments. And I think I talked about this on my other videos. Like, if I'm like doing something really fast, I start to, start doing all that. So I'm trying to, just take my time because I'm not rushing at all. I don't know why I do it to myself. Even though it's a live stream, I still have that impairment in my mind that I have to do something really fast. Don't want to make the video too long, but this is a Google Hangout. This is basically a live stream. Like I'm live right now, and it's going to be this is going to be a while. I can do it for a half an hour or an hour, 2 hours, 3 or whatever, unless it's to 8 hours, because I know the most I can do is 8 hours, because that's the limit, I think, for either Google Hangout. I think. Yeah, it's it's 8 hours. I was right. But yeah, man, I'm trying to put out my stuff as consistently as I can, and I'm slowly noticing I'm getting my numbers back, just slowly. I'm trying to get my buzz back. So I'm gonna be trying to do some live streams and pre-recorded videos, on a daily, as of today. I'm probably gonna do it, tonight, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, I feel like I don't really talk. I didn't really talk much about this topic. Really, just about myself. But I'm getting better at it, man. I'm getting better at it. So, but yeah, I'm actually gonna what time is it? 2:30. Oh, it's been an hour. Yeah, I'm actually gonna call it a wrap for right now, but I'm actually gonna think about live streaming again later on tonight. So again, if anybody wants to, join in, let me know. And I'm definitely gonna give y'all another notification on my social medias. Well, really, reminders that I'm gonna be live streaming probably at, let's see, maybe at 8 o'clock. I'll say 8 o'clock. But yeah, I'll probably live stream again at 8 o'clock. So keep on the lookout because I'm about to be doing that, and I'll definitely love y'all. And thanks for anybody that's watching my live stream and really any of my videos, and also share, subscribe, even like and comment on my videos. I definitely love y'all and also my viewers and subscribers. Because again, I really wouldn't be where I am without y'all. I definitely love y'all and appreciate y'all for what you do for me. So again, I'll definitely wrap this up, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. So deuces. Wow, there we go.